All right, here we have counting problems involving not and or type of statements. So for the first one, if you flip a coin 5 times, how many ways can you get at least one heads? So at least one heads would mean either 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 heads. So there's lots of possibilities here. So rather than going through and listing all of those out, the easier way to do this is to use the complement of that statement, or in other words, the not of that statement, the opposite of that statement. So the opposite at least one heads would be no heads. So in other words, where you get all tails whenever you flip the coin. So there'd only be one way to do that, but the total number of ways of flipping the coin here would be 2 to the 5th power, because each flip you could get either heads or tails. So there's 2 possibilities for each flip of the coin. 5 times that you're flipping it, hence you get the 2 to the 5th power. That's using that fundamental counting principle from before. And then minus 1, because there's only one way of getting a case that is not at least one heads. So then if we do that, 2 to the 5th is 32, minus 1 gives you 31 possibilities there. Or if you wanted to, you could certainly do a tree diagram here and list all of those out, but it's going to take you a little while since there would be 32 possibilities there. If it was a smaller case, then you could definitely list all those out instead. For the next one, we have a single card is drawn from a standard deck of cards. How many ways are there to draw a queen or a heart? So first of all, standard deck of cards, there's 52 cards, 4 different suits. The suits are hearts, clubs, diamonds, and spades. So you have 4 different suits. So here, if you're drawing a queen, since there's 4 different suits, there's 4 queens. There's 1 for each suit. Plus, and then the hearts, that's one of those 4 suits. So if you do 52 divided by 4, you'd see that there are 13 of each of those suits. But then you want to make sure to subtract out the Queen of Hearts. Otherwise, you're counting the Queen of Hearts in the category of queens and in the category of hearts. So you're double counting that otherwise. So this is a case with an or type of statement. So you add together each of those cases and then subtract off anything that they have in common, so that way you're not double counting any of those. So the 4 plus 13, we get 17, minus 1 gives you 16 for your total there. And make sure, like normal, if you do have questions on this or anything else, make sure to ask.